Mother Nature does not like to be naked, so today we are covering her. What do I mean by that? Well, if you do not cover the ground, Mother Nature will do its thing and she will cover herself. And usually that is in the form of lots of weeds that you do not want in your garden. We are restoring an abandoned garden here, and we are doing a no-till method. It's what we've done in previous years and it's worked, so we're doing that again. But in order to do that, we need to kill all of this grass and the weeds that are wanting to pop up with spring. So we have layered some leaves on here that's going to break down and feed the soil, but also covers the soil. And then we're going to be mowing everything down really low. And then we're going to put a silage tarp over this whole space, so that way it can sit on top, kill all the weeds, all the grass, until I'm ready to pull it back in the spring when I'm ready to plant. A silage tarp is a great thing to use in killing weeds and grass in the garden because it's going to be nice and thick. It's black, so it's going to draw the sun. It's going to create a lot of heat under there to kill all of those weeds, but it's also going to block the sun from all of those weeds and grass so they can't continue to grow. You could use a cheaper tarp that you have laying around. That's totally fine, but they rip a little bit easier. It also might not completely hide the sun. The sun still gets through some of those things. So that's the whole point of why we're putting it on, is we want to kill the grass and the weeds. We don't want them to grow. So the reason that we choose to do no-till is we have seen just an abundance of food grow from a no-till method, and we've also have not had to feed the soil a lot, because when you're building soil with a no-till method, it's just creating a healthy ecosystem in the ground. You're building nutrients. Rather than tilling it up every year, you're disturbing that ecosystem, and you're disturbing the worm tunnels in your soil that add air to your soil. You're disturbing the ground beetles that eat the things in the ground, and you're just disturbing that whole ecosystem, and you want to keep that ecosystem healthy to have healthy plants. In our previous property, we did no-till for the last 5 years we were there. We started with tilling and then transitioned to no-till. And it also was a lot easier on my part. I didn't have to worry about trying to find a tiller in the spring and till up the soil, and the soil was nice and fluffy when I was ready to plant in the spring. So here we've been trying to get this thing to a no-till method our first year here. We have just completely cleaned out the garden, and we've been layering leaves on, and you can even see one side of the garden where I've layered leaves already, the weeds are low. The side that has no leaves on it, the grass is lush and green. I also throw sunflower seeds in here so that the chickens come in and they come and find the sunflower seeds and they start digging it up. They get all the pill bugs that I've been finding and slugs, and they're also kind of tilling the soil for us. And you can see that they're working hard right now, doing exactly that. Starting completely over from scratch feels a little daunting, but it also is really exciting because I'm excited to see what will grow here this spring. We're gonna get this thing covered, and we're gonna get to planting later on. We're gonna start seeds here soon. So make sure, before you continue to watch, you go and you subscribe. We have lots of more garden content coming out, so stay tuned for all that fun stuff, because the exciting stuff is just starting. This is the silage tarp that we're using. It is from Farm Plastic Supply. Their website is just farmplasticsupply.com. Go check them out. And this was shipped to us, so that was also nice. And they are so kind and offering all of our viewers 10% off any of their silage tarps. We'll also leave a link in the description below. So this is a custom one that we got for our space. This garden space is 35 by 50. So definitely the biggest garden I have ever gardened in all of my gardening years. Pretty excited about it. It is 6 mil. It has a 4-year life, what they say on the box here. So when you buy it once, you get to use it multiple times. That is great. So ideally, I would have liked to have this on the ground at the end of fall, But y'all, we have been so busy with house stuff and all the things. And so getting it on now is better than not getting it on at all. So if you're debating doing it, still do it. We put it on backwards start, so we had to turn it around, and the garden is actually bigger than 35-50. We just measured 35 by 50 of what we wanted to cover, but we still have all of that back space, which will probably just end up being seating area. It's in the shade, but I think that this will do a great job at killing all the weed seeds that were dropped when we cleaned out the garden, killing up any grass, and then when we pull it back in the spring, we'll see what happened. So it'll sit here for about 3 months, and stay tuned because we'll show you what that process looks like when we uncover the garden and plant it.